50-yard line of Blacksburg, first and 10.
And Blacksburg's chewing up clock and chewing up yardage here on this drive. They're trying to get a security deposit right here.
Just a field goal would pretty much put this game out of reach. We've got Hawks trying to anticipate the count. They come across, and this is 2 mistakes right here in this half, in this drive. Offsides against the Hawks.
And
Second and 5, first and 5.
And penalties are killing Gretna here tonight. And they're giving Blacksburg good field position here. They're on their side of the 50, looking to put this game out of reach.
6:40 and counting. And they're going to take their time on every play. On first down, quarterback goes under center and pitches it to number 23, right side, tripped up, short of the line of scrimmage. It'll be second and 5.
That's Fugit again on the carry.
All right, clock rolling, 6:17 now.
Second down and 5 at the 46-yard line.
And again, Blacksburg's going to try to take every second off before this snap. Fugit, actually, that's Goforth coming out. Number 6, who caught that last pass, comes in for Blacksburg. McCoy on second and 5. There's a handoff to the up back, number 60. He broke a tackle. Got maybe 3. It's going to be 3rd and 1 coming up.
And here's another key third down. And Gretna really desperately needs a stop here. And Hendricks is looking like he's getting ready to come back in.
All right, 3rd and 1. The longest yard right here. Hendricks does come back in. He's really favoring that leg.
And Zach Tresser, another quarterback, is coming into the game for the Bruins.
And I've been watching him.
He's not going to be a quarterback. He's going to be a
receiver.
I've
been watching him warm up on the sideline throwing the ball too, so we'll see if they have some kind of a trick play here. All right, here's the handoff. Hendricks, he got hit hard, but he's got the first down. He gets a great spot.
Down to the 40-yard line. First.
And it'll be first down, Blacksburg, getting into that field goal range area the next 15 yards or so. So the Hawks have got to make a stop.
And it's right at 5 minutes here to go. They took a big chunk of this time of possession here for the fourth quarter off the clock.
And again, the Gretna offense does not have a single point tonight. Been a while since that's happened. I'm trying to remember the last game that occurred, and it's taxing my memory, so I'll have to think on it a little bit more. On first down, here's the handoff to Hendricks, number 1. Hit hard, pushed back. He got maybe 3 on that.
And Gretna really needs a big stop here on this side of downs. They need a big turnover, a fumble. You know, if Blacksburg's going to go to the pass here, which I severely doubt that they will, they're going to probably keep the ball on the ground here. And if they can, then get a field goal from their kicker, Wise.
All right, they're taking a lot of time running in players in and out. Again, Goforth comes back in, gives a play to his quarterback. Goforth will come line up on the left side. All right, quarterback under center, and he's going to run it right up the middle. Good push, a real good push. It's going to be 3rd and short again. All right, they need to get to the 30. They've got it to the 31 and a half. We're looking at 3rd and a short 2 right here, and we are getting very close to field goal range. He's still looking at about a 50-yarder from this point, but 3:29 and counting. Time is running down, and the Hawks really need to make a stop right here and force Blacksburg to probably go for a long field goal or punt it. We've got movement on both sides. Both sides moved, and the question is, who is going to get penalized?
Gretna's pointing towards Blacksburg like they moved first.
This is a critical call right here. It is illegal procedure. Wow.
That's a big lift for the Hawks' defensive spirits right there with 3:16 to go.
That was close because they both were coming across that line. Apparently Gretna was drawn off. 3rd and 7. 3:09 and counting in this game. Gretna trailing by 6, 13-7.
We got a different punter warming up
right, on third down, they're going to try to throw the ball. Quarterback throws,
And
catch is made, and it's short of the first incomplete. And that'll stop the clock too. That's great.
That's just like a third time out here for Gretna. They only have 2 left with 2:49 left to go here in the fourth quarter, and they're going to get the ball back here, whether it's off a field goal or they're bringing it back. He's going to punt.
Yep, punt situation.
They're going to try to pin them deep here.
And the Hawks have been shaky a couple of times.
But special teams has been a big plus here tonight for the Hawks, and a big time punt return for a touchdown would be big here.
Okay, good snap. Kick is on the way. High kick. And fair catch called for at the 5-yard line.
And why you don't try to let that bounce and go into the end zone. I mean, you know it might stop at the 1, but that close to the end zone, it's a lot more favorable for it to bounce in the end zone.
Yep, you never catch it inside of the 10. But they catch it at the 5, and now they've got 95 to go with 2:40 to go. They're going to definitely have to open it up now. Matt Glass will come out as a wide receiver. You cannot give up a safety here. That would be a terrible thing. Rosser to throw, overthrows his man, but Glass goes up and gets it, trying to break away, and wrestled down. He didn't get much on that.
Gained about 2 or 3, maybe 4 yards. Probably 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, they're going to have more than that.
And the clock continues to run here. Gretna really needs to pick it up.
Second down and 6. Rosser looking deep, throws it up there, and cannot get to it. Hall went to the middle of the field, and Hall just couldn't get to it. The ball hung up a little bit, and Hall just couldn't get to it.
And I believe the wind got a hold of that one and brought it down and took the trajectory away from his pass on that one.
All right, critical here, 3rd and 6. You got a situation where you'll have to go for it on 4th if you don't get it. So these next 2 plays could be the ball game. And again, Gretna's offense has no points tonight. Who would have thought that would have happened? All right, Rosser looking to throw. Throws it up over his intended receiver's head, 4th down. Intended for Chris Hall, but he's overthrown him. 2 minutes to go, and 4th and 6. All right, with 2 minutes to go, Hawks need at least 6 yards right here to keep this drive going. Rosser looking to throw. Under pressure. They got him in the end zone, and he's going to be sacked.
It's going to be a safety.
We got a safety. Safety. All right. 15-7 our score. Now, of course, Blacksburg, Gretna will have to punt unless there's a catastrophe for Blacksburg. They're going to win this game here. Gretna will have to punt from their 20.
Unless there's a mishap on the punt and there's a fumble off of that. Gretna is down 8 points, so they would still need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion in order to tie. We've seen them get 2-point conversions here with Gretna football this year against Alta Vista to win the game.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this offense tonight, I don't know what Blacksburg did that others haven't done, but Gretna just has not had any life to them on offense at all, other than a couple of drives that ended up, they just couldn't make the conversion when they needed it.
Yeah, and I believe, the trip down here, the 2-hour trip down here, really took effect on this offense, because as a defense you can adjust better than the offense can, and Gretna's going to take a timeout here.
All right, Hawks are going to take a timeout and talk a little strategy with 1:52 to go, and boy, everybody had Gretna favored to win this game, including me, but when your offense doesn't put any points on the board, it's awful hard to win. And trailing 15-7, it's going to take a miracle of biblical proportions in order to pull this one out here tonight. Again, Blacksburg just had the turnovers. Hawks have had turnovers. And just the offense has just been really stale tonight, if I could use that word.
Yeah.
No creativity. I haven't even seen them run, but maybe one sweep. They haven't tried to run outside. They haven't really tried to throw to Matt Glass.
Matt Glass, I don't believe, has one reception here tonight.
I don't understand it.
When he's been one of your go-to wide receivers for clutch time, as the saying goes, he hasn't been thrown to here tonight.
But the only thing you can do here is an onside kick and hope you get it.
And Blacksburg is guarding it.
You might want to kick it in that little hole about 20 yards downfield. Might have a better shot at it. We'll see what Canaris does here. All right, here comes the kick. Bouncing around, gets a good bounce on it, but Blacksburg's covered it, and they have it at their 40-yard line of Gretna. So a minute 50 to go. The Hawks have one timeout. So
they're going to need to force a fumble here.
Yeah, and if I'm Blacksburg, I don't even know if I do anything but take a knee a few times. Because you can run most of the clock.
Gretna could still get the ball back with about 30 seconds, but 30 seconds isn't that much time. But Rustburg is defeating Jefferson Forest 28-7 with 5:31 left in the fourth quarter, and Heritage is leading Liberty 23-20 with 10:31 left in the fourth quarter.
Wow, great game going on there. All right, on first down, right up the middle, and gain of a couple, brings up second down, and Hawks take a timeout. And we'll keep it right here as we count down now. Minute 43 to go. And I've been trying to rack my brain to come up with a time, the last time the Hawks did not put any points on the board. I know against Essex a few years ago in the Snow Bowl down there, Gretna lost 8-0. I think against LCA they lost 31-0 or 32-0 one year. A minute 43 to go, and these Blacksburg Bruins, they're gonna celebrate tonight here. You can bet that's gonna get them to, I think, 500.
Yeah, that'll make them 4-4 for the year.
And give them credit, because the Hawks, I just don't know what happened to the offense tonight, and you have to give credit to the Blacksburg defense. 2nd and 9. Victory formation now. No, they're going to go back into the I. And a pitch. I don't believe it. They pitch it right. Around the outside. I don't understand that call, but anyway.
Yeah,
why would you pitch it?
That's, scary play calling right there. And a minute 35.
Did they get him out of bounds?
I believe they did.
That was a critical error if he went out of bounds. And apparently he did go out of bounds.
That's a big break here for Gretna's defense, and Gretna's chances at coming back here.
It gives them at least a chance.
Holding penalty against Blacksburg is declined.
3rd down, it was a holding penalty, but the Hawks need the down more than the yards at this point. So a gain of a few makes it 3rd and 6.
Now Alta Vista's leading Chatham 28-3 with 4:30 left in the fourth quarter, and Rustburg is leading Jefferson Forest 35-7 with 3:24 left in the fourth quarter, and Lord Botetourt is clinging to a lead over William Fleming 20-18 in the fourth quarter.
All right, 3rd down play right here, and Hawks blitzing another pitch, and they are going to stop the runner for a big loss.
Great timing right there.
He got hit on that leg again.
Yeah, great timing right there by the linebacker that was blitzing on that. I'm not sure who it was, but they almost got to the quarterback before he was able to get the ball to the running back.
Because of that running out of bounds, the Hawks are going to actually end up with just about 50-some seconds to go. Terrible decision by the Blacksburg runner to run out of bounds on that play. They probably will take a penalty here or take a timeout with 1 second left on the play clock. They're going to take a timeout. And so it'll be 53 seconds to go. 53 seconds to go, and Blacksburg will punt. And so Hawks still have life. But again, it's going to take a score and a 2-point conversion. And this Hawks offense hadn't got anywhere near even sniffing of the goal line tonight. So
yeah, and again, if Saunders had elected to kick those 2 field goals early, it would have been a tied game, and you know that safety might not have happened.
Yeah, that's right. I believe that the Hawks kept thinking they're going to eventually get some touchdowns, and we're going to go for it and not kick the field goals. And it's turns up that they needed those points.
And if you're Blacksburg here, you're not putting this ball anywhere near Chris Hall or whoever's returning.
Hall's the only one back. They may try to block it.
They got 9 on the line.
All right. They don't get there, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 20. So they got 80 yards in 46 seconds just to get within 2. So it's going to take a lot to make it happen.
We're going to have ourselves a good finish here. Ain't no doubt about that.
Hawks have no timeouts. They got to go 80 yards, 46 seconds on the clock.
And they've got to run passing routes to the outside to try to get out of bounds and conserve this clock.
Yeah, I'm not even sure you could just get a first down over the middle of the field.
Spike it.
You lose some time. So everything's going to have to go outside.
And now Blacksburg is going to call a timeout.
All right, Blacksburg takes a timeout. We'll take it too with 46 seconds to go. Hawks down by 8. You're listening to Gretna Hawks football on ESPN Radio. I'm sorry, do what? No, just go with 1 minute. Yeah, no. Game might be over. It's yeah. They're playing pitiful. Yep. Pitiful. That's what I said. That turkey dinner put them to sleep. All right. I'm ready. That ain't gonna work. Okay, welcome back. On first down, they complete a pass to Chris Hall for 8 yards. He does not get out of bounds. Now they have to spike it. 30 seconds to go. So that did not go well.
Took about 23 seconds off the clock.
And got 8 yards. That's just they got to go down the field, and why they're not, I don't know. You're going to have to take some chances downfield. It's just this is where you really miss Von Bennett, no doubt about it. But you got other capable receivers that can go downfield. Another quick throw, caught, and I'll try to pitch it, and it's loose, and Blacksburg's got it. And that's going to be the game. They tried a little hook and ladder and could not get it executed. They're going to call it incomplete, or no? They're going to call it first down. Blacksburg. That's it. Blacksburg takes over. And on the hook and ladder, they could not execute it. Glass tried to get it out of there, but he couldn't. I think he actually lateraled it forward, so it wouldn't have been legal anyway.
Yeah, and here comes the kneel down for Blacksburg, and they're going to win this one 15-7 and go to 500 on the year.
That's amazing. Great job by the Bruins tonight, and just don't take anything away from them. They did what was necessary. They take a knee, and that's going to be it. Final score is going to be Blacksburg 15, Gretna 7, and the Bruins come away with a hard-fought defensive win tonight. they were able to take advantage of Gretna turnovers. Got a score off of a turnover. Got a safety there when Gretna was desperate at the end, and they did enough as the Blacksburg Bruins kept the Gretna Hawks offense out of the end zone all evening. We'll come back and talk about that and much more when we come back. It's, again, final, Blacksburg 15, Gretna 7. Let's take a timeout. You're listening to Gretna Hawks football on ESPN Radio. Do 2 now, 2 minutes.
See you next year. You going to do this good?
Number 1 came hard walk.
Oh, we're going that way. Okay. That's good. Okay. There we go. There we go.
Roger, we'll see each other. I'm sure. Yeah.
Got to touch through what time the game is. I work at 5. Okay.
Welcome back. Final score from Blacksburg is Blacksburg 15, Gretna 7. And in the second half, it looked like, the Gretna defense came out and got the ball back quickly. And then looked like they were going to move it down the field. And again, they struggled, had penalties during drives, and just could not finish off their drives. And the yardage is probably going to end up favoring Gretna in this, but the points on the board is where it counts. And we're hoping we'll get a final update here in just a moment. And but again, from the 20 to the 20, the Hawks were good, but inside of the 20, they just could not finish drives. And
I believe they only got inside the 20 once.
They were right around the 20, 25, and just never could. And they had penalties. We had the 15-yard penalty there in one of those drives, and then of course later on we had the stalled drive down on the right end, and you just 9 first downs in the game is just not going to get it for you. And again, total yards close, 165 for Gretna, 171 for Blacksburg. Turnovers certainly an issue tonight for Gretna, and again, no points. You got to be, if you're Blacksburg, you got to be proud of your defense, because you didn't give up any points to the Gretna offense tonight.
And this Gretna offense has been averaging about, probably close to 30 points per game.
Yep.
And to hold them to 0 points offensively, and to just give up that one kickoff return mishap.
Yep. You got to be real proud of your team. And again, for whatever reason, the Hawks just looked listless tonight.
And you hope this isn't a carryover to next week, because you got Dan River and pretty much the Dogwood District Championship on the line next week.
And we talked about that Appomattox game last week. That was a tough game. They lost Von Bennett in that game to an injury. He was not available tonight. What effect that had, we don't know. But it just Gretna never could finish out drives, and they self-destructed at times. But other times it was the Blacksburg defense that just would not give in when it counted down close. So we'll look at some of the totals and et cetera when we come back. We're going to take a break and come back. I want to remind you that Jefferson Motors at 103 Leftwood Street in Gretna, they're in the market for cars. They'll sell you one too, but they also want to buy some. So they're looking for cars, SUVs, especially trucks. For the first time in 23 years, they've never seen their inventory this low. So they're looking to increase their inventory, and they'll give you top dollar for your car. So be sure to go by. Maybe you got one you're just not using anymore that you'd like to get rid of, or maybe you don't want to pay any taxes on one, or whatever the case may be. Maybe you're looking to trade, whatever. Be sure to go by and see Jefferson Motors. They'll offer you top dollar for your vehicle. That's Jefferson Motors at 103 Leftwood Street in Gretna. All right. Taking a look here at some of the individual statistics. Rosser had only 62 yards total tonight. Hendricks for Blacksburg 77 yards, a net of 65. So not a lot of rushing on either side as we look at the statistics. 115 yards rushing for Gretna, 81 for Blacksburg, 50 yards passing for Gretna, 90 yards for the Bruins. First downs for Gretna, only 9. Blacksburg, only 11. And I think Blacksburg, I believe, had 9 first downs at halftime. So they only got a couple. Six. Okay, 6. So
4 in the second half.
The Hawks only had how many? 4. So again, just not enough. Not enough. And it just a complete failure on offense is all I got to say. And I don't know what Coach Saunders says to the team in order to get them refired, but it just. It looked like they just didn't have any urgency about them until it was too late.
Yeah, it was really too late, and they had a couple of good drives going, but penalties and just miscues, fumbles, you name it, was the name of the game here tonight for the Gretna Hawks offense. And if it's not for that 99-yard kickoff return by Chris Hall, this Gretna team is shut out by Blacksburg.
Yep, that's right. That's right. And I don't know. It just we had turnovers at bad times, and we had penalties at crucial times. And then the Blacksburg defense was very strong, and they did the job, and they deserve a lot of credit tonight. Now, we're not trying to take anything away from Blacksburg because they simply outplayed the Hawks tonight. There's no doubt about that. Let's take a break and come back. We'll finish things up. You're listening to Gretna Hawks football on ESPN Radio.
Ask them if they got a
Yeah.
Dan River mathematics.
Hello. Hey. You got a Dan River score by chance? We never did get a Dan River score, I don't think. I'd like to get one of those. Okay. Okay. Bassett over Patrick County 59-21. Hey, it's a close game for them. Okay. All right. Dan River's the one we really needed. Yep. Thank you.
Gretna's only got Dan River and Nelson County left, right?
Yep. Welcome back. Final score again, Blacksburg 15, Gretna 7. The Hawks got 7 on a 99-yard kickoff return, and that was it for scoring tonight. But Eric, looking back over this game, with 1:52 to go, Gretna was down by 6. I still thought they were going to win the game.
Yeah, I did too. I thought that they were going to be able to come down and, score a touchdown, but they really just struggle here tonight on offense,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure what exactly happened. I mean,
Yeah.
it could have been the long bus ride down here.
Yeah.